Hello you lovely people, it's time for another virtual stadium tour, and today, as I'm sure some of you may have guessed already due to the parts of the roof you can see on screen at the sides, we are taking a look around the Seattle Seahawks home stadium known as CenturyLink Field. That's right, this is the home of the NFL side, the Seattle Seahawks, and also the MLS side, the Seattle Sounders. And as always for you, the first fact I have about this stadium is its overall capacity. And I can tell you now that the stadium's capacity for NFL games is 69,000. But when there are special event NFL games put on here, it can be expanded out to up to 72,000 seater capacity. And I can tell you now that this stadium was built between 2000 and 2002, so it took about two and a half years to build. And I have to tell you, before I tell you the overall cost, that it was built alongside an exhibition centre just outside the stadium, where Seattle Seahawks fans and of course Seattle Sounders fans can go before their matches. There's food courts there, there's loads of shops. They can go, they can hang out before their games. I believe it was built mainly so that this stadium can host Super Bowls. But the cost of both the stadium and the exhibition halls outside was totaling £430 million. I can tell you now that 300 million pounds, of dollars, $430 million. And I can tell you now that $300 million of that was public funded. So the city of Seattle decided to pay $300 million towards the development of this stadium and of course the surrounding exhibition halls. $130 million came from the Seattle Seahawks owner, Mr. Paul G. Allen. So that was good of him. And I can tell you now that this stadium has hosted many concerts. Very famous singers, groups, bands have all played here and have sold out the stadium. I can tell you groups such as the Rolling Stones, U2, Metallica, Taylor Swift have all had concerts in this absolutely huge stadium. I can also tell you that Supercross races from 2005 onwards have been held in this stadium. It takes around 650 truckloads of dirt to get this stadium, to get the field in this stadium replaced so that the Supercross races obviously can go ahead. And finally for you, one of my favourite subjects about all of these NFL stadiums is the naming rights behind it. Like the majority of stadiums in the NFL, this stadium has sold its name. That's actually why it's called the CenturyLink Field Stadium. In 2004, the company CenturyLink is actually a Seattle-based company. Bought the naming rights to the stadium. They paid $75 million to buy the naming rights for 15 years. But there are several caveats to that, in the fact that all the money that they pay to have the naming rights to this stadium must go into the maintenance of the stadium, and anything left over must go to help young sports people in the community or charities around Seattle, help them out, to help them be a thing and to help them do good in the community. So it's not like they're paying all the money just for the club to use it to bring in new talent and to put in their own pockets. The money has to be reinvested into the club, has to make sure that the stadium stays up to date, stays usable, and has to make sure that the community around the NFL and the MLS sides here that play in this stadium actually can continue to develop and do good things for people, so that's good. That's all I've got time for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out quite a lot.